In today's video, I'm going to share with you some things that you should absolutely keep private. If you care about living a private life, keeping people out of your business, okay, and just enjoying the benefits of being a quiet, silent person, stick to the end of this video because I'm going to share with you the things that you should be keeping private. Keeping this private is going to prevent you from getting into trouble because of people who talk too much, who overshare, who like to be in other people's businesses. To begin with, the first thing I want to share with you is your children's information. I know it's hard because our babies are really cute and we want to share everything about our babies to the world. While you share stuff about your children, just bear in mind that our kids are going to grow up, and as adults, some of the things that you might have shared when they were babies might be embarrassing for them, especially if they become popular on the internet. Places like TikTok, Instagram, there's been some viral videos of kids who are innocent, who are doing things that they normally should not be doing, but we have parents filming these children and putting them on the internet. Now imagine if you were the one at the age you are at now and there was a viral video of you while you were a baby doing something weird. How would you feel about it? So consider how your children will feel when they grow, and also you have to protect your children, okay? Sharing too much about our children can expose them to bad people online. There are pedophiles everywhere and all sorts of people, okay? Imagine you now taking a girl out for a date and just for the girl to tell you how they already googled you and your video popped up while you were 8 years old and you were doing something weird. Like, it's embarrassing. So I would just say avoid sharing stuff about your children. I know it's cute. I struggle with that a lot. Sometimes I'm like, should I share? Should I not share? It's okay to share. It's not everything that you get to share on the internet, because once you put it on the internet, it lives on the internet forever. Okay, let's move on to the second thing. While we are at it, why don't you let me know in the comment section some other things that you think that we should keep private? I would like to add to my own list, and if you're finding value so far, be sure to support me for free by subscribing. Let's move on to the next thing that you should keep private. Vacation details, okay? Sharing your vacation details to everyone is very risky. I've actually heard of a family who shared everything: where they were going, when they were leaving, where they were going to stay, how long they were going to stay there, when they were going to return, and by the time they got back to their homes, there was nothing in the home because thieves came and they stole everything. If they steal things, we can always replace things, right? But these people can actually come back and set you up and kill you while you return, or just do harm to you. Or if you're sharing where you are going, people can plan things and do things to you that they normally will not be able to do if you didn't share your locations. We YouTubers, what we do is that whatever you see on our channel, it's mostly always stuff that's past. A lot of YouTubers will vlog where they are at the moment, but you will see that video maybe a week later or 2 weeks later when they already left that location. Recently, I was checking someone's stories on IG and she was in a very fancy vacation place and people were asking where she was, and I was glad to see that her response was like, guys, I know you guys will love to see where I am, but when I leave here, I will share the location. And she did just that. Once she left the place, she was like, okay, I'm out of here. Here is where I have been for this while. That was really awesome. I was like, that's cool, girl, you got this. So stop sharing your vacation details before you go. When you come back from the vacation, and if you feel like you want to share, that's your choice. Please share when you are away from the place, okay? There are times where we YouTubers will go live, and honestly, that's still a lot of risk. I think that wherever we are should be at least private at those moments where we are at those locations. I personally, I like to keep my pictures. Most of my pictures that I share online, I've taken them since a long while ago. And sometimes when I share them, people get mad at me and be like, you went here, you didn't tell me. But I didn't just go there. Like, this happened like maybe a year ago. I'm really not the take picture now prompt. Like a couple of times I will take and share, but 99.9% of my pictures, you would see them after maybe a month or a year. I have images that I've never shared that I will share, and when I will share, they will be like, oh, what's happening? But that happened 2 years ago. I simply didn't share. Keep your vacation details to yourself. The next thing that you should keep private is absolutely your home address. I'm not even a popular YouTuber. I'm still a small YouTuber, and I've received mails in my house from people I don't know. I made a mistake once and I shared my address to WhatsApp for a birthday invitation. That was sweet, that was cool, but you know what? Very risky. Alright, very, very risky. Do not share your address on your WhatsApp. If you have a birthday, share that information to people individually, okay? People you trust, because you'll be inviting people you trust. Do not just blast your home address to the internet, your WhatsApp status, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, because you don't know. There are people on there that you obviously will not trust, that you are sharing all this information, and there are people there that you are really not friends with them like that. So I would say keep your home address to yourself, okay? Haters can always pull up at your house and hurt you or hurt your loved ones. Another thing that people should avoid sharing is really birthdays. This again is really tricky, because the day that you share on your social media that it's your birthday, it's easy for people to know. Most people use their date of birth as passwords and stuff like that. So someone can actually figure out what your password is if they know everything about your birthday. Again, a good thing is if you share the picture from your birthday after the birthday, that's a good thing. If you're sharing the birthday and specifying that I was born on 19 this on this day and this day, and you're using that same information as your passwords, you're putting yourself at a risk, okay? Even if you must share, because I know it's hard to not share, especially if it's on your birthday, make sure that you're not using the same information as password or login. Another thing that I think that is just tacky to share is act of kindness. If you help someone, let it be. I know there are times where we can help someone, and I know, and this even applies to me, because like sometimes you see how someone has helped someone and you feel inspired, but there is a braggadocious way of telling other people that you helped other people that it's not just funny, okay? Don't give and tell. If you can, don't give and tell. Again, sometimes it just, the way that we give and tell just disrespects the person who received, who we gave to. Yeah, I know this point is controversial, because I also see on the internet most often when someone does good and share, people come after them like, why are you sharing this with us? It's controversial, but to me, so far as the sharing does not like make the receiver kind of disrespect the receiver a little bit, I don't know how to put it. Yeah, I would say if you do good to someone, let it be. The next thing that you should not be sharing is your medical condition. Unless the person you are sharing to is your caregiver, your family members who care about your health, your doctor, any other person out of that, I would suggest that you keep your medical information out of their reach. Again, there are situations where people share their medical experiences so that they can bring awareness to the cause. That is a different situation. If you're not planning to bring awareness to what you are suffering from, don't just go about telling everyone else what's going on with your health. Some people will take that information and use it against you. Who you share your medical conditions to, be careful. Be careful. Also saw like a Nigerian celebrity, she had shared something about allergies, and then a blog just went and picked that and looked for other pictures where she was giving birth and she was at a hospital and shared stuff like she was dying. Okay, like people do weird stuff with people's medical information. Be careful with that. Another thing that we should keep private is bad habits from the people that are around us, whether it's our partners, our siblings, our parents, our friends. I think that unless it's someone you trust, which at this point, honestly, I would say be really, 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 really careful. People really do change. I'm telling you this, people do change. Like someone can be terrible this moment and next day they flip around. but once you've said it, you leave an image of this person out there, and it's hard for these people to wipe off that image. If there are bad habits, if you are observing any bad habits around you, please do not share. Do not share, especially to those people you know who talk a lot, okay? They're gonna flip that. They're gonna just magnify the situation, okay? And like I said, the person you talk about might change, and when they change, these people might not know, and they might still be treating this person in a type of way based on what you had told them. Another thing that you should not share, you should keep private, is your legal issues. Whether it's you're getting a divorce or you're being sued, whatever, your legal issues should stay with you until everything is sorted out in court. The one thing about legal issues is that once you share information, that same information can be used against you in court. The information can be manipulated. They might go look for evidence to counteract that. So I would say anything that is legal, keep to yourself. Another thing that we should keep private, again, which is obvious, is passwords. We have passwords to our phones, passwords to our emails, passwords to our workplaces, and just too many passwords. These are things that provide access to our lives, because like just a single password entry into your email can expose a lot. So if you are trying to keep some things private, I would suggest creating very strong passwords such that someone cannot guess, right? Like, don't use your names. For example, do not use your date of birth, like I explained above. Do not use names of your children. Easy things that people can easily master and try out. Access to passwords can really be a danger to your information and security in general. Another thing that you should keep private is security camera permissions, okay? Some of these guys that install security cameras in our homes, they might still be able to access our cameras. They can also install cameras in places in our homes where we don't want them, because we are not tech savvy, right? So if you have security cameras, especially those in your bedrooms and places that are, more private places, make sure that other people don't have access to those cameras. Okay, make sure there are no suspicious accounts accessing the cameras, and be mindful, because even though you might feel like your cameras are secure, there are hackers out here who are out to get all the information we don't want to share. There are hackers who are specialized in trying to look for that information. So we really need to be careful, especially when it comes to security cameras. And I would say, unless it's absolutely necessary, it's best to stay away from installing security cameras in the home, or make sure that if you don't need them, that they are turned off, because if they are turned off more often, then hackers will also find difficulties to access them more often. Okay, so these are the things that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you found value in the video, you can support the channel for free by giving me a subscribe, and I would really love to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm going to leave you here with a playlist on self-improvement, and there's a lot of videos on this playlist on the power of silence, other things to keep private, how to be a private person, how to stop oversharing, and fun things like that. Please check out the playlist before you click off. And I do share videos here at least 2 times a week or 3 times, so I'm looking forward to see you back here like really soon. Make sure you hit the notifications bell on my channel and on YouTube itself, so that YouTube can let you know when next I upload my video. That's it. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.